kidding me? They're in that spawn.
Died there.
I'm playing so shit today, bro.
I just wallbanged it. That's sick. Although I did die. So.
I just humiliated someone. Oh, mate, that was rubbish. How's this guy doing so well in LMG? And he's literally walking around scoping it. That's why.
Well, Blitzlebert. Whatever the fuck you say his name. Blazebert.
Oh shit, that's on me.
Oh,
Is it on you? Did you catch it? Good catch.
he saw me and he was like, wait a minute.
Catch this!
Hey, can you hold this for a second?
What? Oh, hello.
Hello.
Cross the bridge.
Yeah, I saw. Hello! Oh, I tried to melee him.
There's no one across.
I should have Molotovs him if I'm honest.
Still across there. There's one in each league. Opposite you, Jack. That side. Oh.
Quick scoped him. Somewhat. I don't know if you want to count that as a quick scope, but.
Oh, mate, there was 3 of them. 4 of them, and I got 2, did I?
I got one.
Wow, I've never seen that many people all in one stairway.
Ooh, I was scared for that.
Who are above me?
Ah, he knows I'm here. Stim, and I'm in.
Oh, okay. I was right, I cleared it. Look at all the bodies up here. It's a massacre.
It's fucking scary. Hello, dead. That is what I am.
Oh, he's camping in that corner. I hate when people just sit in the corner. It really winds me up. I'm just like, you got legs, use them, run.
Oh, in that corner, okay.
Yeah, I just flashed him.
Did you get him?
Oh, mate, that was... No, I fell downwards, but I managed to kill someone on the way down. It was glorious.
I just got double. Go
Oh, they're literally right below me. They just hopped over the fence to the marketplace. Not sure if that's where you are. Don't think it is.
No, I'm nowhere near. Where? What? How did that? Oh my god. How did that not kill him? Oh, okay. I got 2, but died once, so I guess that's fine. It's not too bad. UAV coming in. Oh, okay. I can see what's happening here.
I'm getting it now.
Oh,
I'm getting it, Jack.
are you actually getting it?
I'm getting it now.
You're on it.
I'm carb on it.
You can't on it. Lovely.
No. Yes. Oof.
Wait a minute. Who are you? Oh, I tried to Molotov him, but I was too far right.
No! Oh, mate, why did I spray so badly? They're in the spawn. Not the bottom of the street, the top of the street.
Oh, I almost had him. Almost. By the skin of a hand.
Wow, he jumped and I killed him midair. I jumped over you because I was reloading and I was scared of you for a second. I hope I got the last kill because it was terrible. Yeah, it's me. I was like, I know you're over there.
Yeah.
I threw a C4. Whee! It makes my life. GG. They were like, GG, let's it. Oh, I do like hearing people chatter.
Biggest campers ever. Well done.
No, that was the last. That was the last match.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Wilson.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she had like one guy.
Whoa. Bye bye frames.
See you later.
Down. There you go. Do I use a thermal sniper scope? Yeah. Sometimes I don't know if a person knows he's there or not, so it's like probably a good idea. Yeah. I have to have whipped cream in my coffee today.
Whip
Because-
and some nay.
Are you living in 2012 still?
Want to drive my whip?
Oh well, what do you do with your nana then? That's what I thought.
Don't know, but my ear hurts and it's all your fault because of your voice.
Oh. Okay.
Ouch.
What am I supposed to do about that?
Shut up.
Oh, okay.
No, don't do that, Jack. Never do that.
You're giving me mixed inputs here, man.
I'll input you in a minute.
Alright, stop.
Wait, what? Look at this guy's javelin. Look at this guy's javelin. Look at the freaking. Look.
Wait, what? Oh, what?
He's got like
Oh yeah.
the crazy as our scope on it. Not scope, skin.
Yeah. Very nice.
Ba 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 da ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh shit, I missed.
I'm so trash. Right, how do you make your gun scope in faster?
Aim down sight. Well, hello.
Yeah, but like, how do I make it do it faster?
It's all about the attachments that you've got.
Uh-huh. So which attachments do I have that make it quicker?
Okay, let's go. I've got on mine, edit gunsmith, suppressor, the monolithic suppressor,
Yeah.
45 round mags,
Mhm.
forge tac ultralight,
What's that under?
stock.
Yeah.
Got the laser, and I've got strategical disabling, whatever that is. I was crippling power, but it slow down enemy movements. Oh.
I'm talking about a sniper, but still thanks.
So I got him, don't you worry. And also I did that run step to the side thing.
Yeah. You showed me that. I got it.
I just killed 3 of them in one go.
Right, I've decided for my birthday.
You're gonna get older.
Yep. And wait.
Bless you.
Thank you. Right, so for
You
my
win.
birthday, I've found a 2 TB
Go for it.
SSD for it.
A 2 TB SSD.
Yeah. For
Why'd you need
only £50. But we might have to ship it from America. And also for Christmas, I have a graphics card in mind. I'll get 2080. I'm not sure if I can get a TI. Depends on the price at the time because it might drop. Bruh. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Sound good?
Oh, sweet, bro.
Because I'm not too fast, as long as I can actually play the game and stream for a while.
Yeah.
But I need space on my disc, so...
Yeah, I'm running out of space, but I just keep deleting shit I don't touch.
Yeah. I mean, I can probably get rid of the Android emulator I have. I don't even know why I have that.
Sometimes it's fun. There's a game one.
Is it what?
There's a game one. I forget what it's called, where you can load Android games onto an Android emulator and play like Pokemon Go and then hack it. That's what I was doing.
Ooh. Yeah. Sounds fun.
It was. God, that guy had no chance. Oh, mate, nor did I. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Double kill with a headshot with a sniper through a doorway. Yeah.
Yep. Boy.
They know I'm here now, so they're gonna be like bam bing bam boom. Oh shit.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just
He's coming.
really low on health. And now I'm dead. I didn't even realise that was there until it blew up. Bruh.
I see for the bitch.
Agreed.
I shot the sheriff.
Oh, that's not such a good
Didn't
thing.
kill the deputy.
Bruh, I just skipped a frame in game. I am the
Okay.
future. You see what happened?
Fun that.
Jump onto the bus, you fucking retard. I don't even know if I can say these.
I sprayed so badly and killed these guys. And they died. Worth it. The best part about this game is the fact that I can die over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Just the fact that I can die.
There's a load in the arcade.
Okay.
At least 2, maybe 3.
Oh shit. Didn't even see that guy. Holy smokes!
Oh, okay. I died.
Lol. Yes. Burps were had.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh shit, something's coming after me.
drone.
Rah, it's around the other side of the bus, the blue bus.
Fucking dickhead. Got me scared.
Oh shit, just ran in front of a claymore. That just shoot me up. I survived though, so it's alright.
Yay. Are they still in there?
No, I am.
Okay.
With the bus, red bus, laying down inside.
Yeah. What, by construction?
Oh shit, just got killed on the spawn. Oh shit.
Where?
Oh shit, subway. Boom. I'm just calling out the rough areas, but I'm saying subway, there's like 4 on this map.
Well, there's 2.
Killed him.
No, there's 3, but one's interconnected. That makes sense.
One's in the middle, 2's in the middle.
Oh! Death. Congratulations, death.
Ah, well played.
Blow me up! Yay! I died. By myself.
Well, you fuck off, well played. Die, die, die! That was me and you died.
And so did he.
Died! Congratulations, death.
How
Shut
did we
up,
lose by
go
one?
home. They were giving me abuse, Jack. They were like, fuck off, fuck off.
Sounds like me. Should put a bipod on my camera. On my camera? On my...
I'm gonna put a bipod on my keyboard.
on my sniper.
It's only good if you lay down, camp. Do you do that, Jack? Are you a camper?
Nah.
Tell me straight. You're allowed. Just don't do
Nah.
any means. Filthy, stinking camper.
No, I don't. I might stay in the area for a while, but I don't go back to it after dying.
See, if you watch me play, I'm not a camper, but I bet like people think I camp because I kind of presume if I stay here, someone's going to come back here to find me, so I'm going to be in the opposite end. That makes sense. The other corner, on the other side of the street.
MP5 and sniper this time.
I think we need to make some friends online, Jack.
It's not just you. It's not.
I need to make some friends in real life.
Yeah, yeah. We need to make friends in general, I think.
Will you be my friend, Trumpet?
Bro, why don't I go into the... I can go find the Discord for COD, and I'll see if we can find a teammate who's actually going to play with us.
Trumpet power! Ah, trumpet power! Oh shit! Oh, ran out of ammo!
Bro,
Whoa.
why is wall banging not working?
Hey Jack, there's a guy in the lobby called Trumpet and he makes trumpet sounds great.
Wow.
We need to befriend him.
He makes trumpet sounds.
Brilliant. Seriously Jack, you're missing out.
I'm hearing.
What?
Woo.
And his name is Trumpet as well. That's
I know,
fucking
it's glorious.
sick. That's brilliant.
I want to be his friend forever.
Scott, you know you said we needed to make friends.
Yeah, I think I found one.
Oh, what the
Although, although he can't hear you, Jack. That's the problem.
fuck? Yeah, I can. Do you know what he sounds like?
Right.
The teacher out of what's it called? The teacher out of what's it? Is it Chris Brown maybe?
Chris Brown.
No, not Chris Brown.
Are you talking about the Academy of Weird Sounds?
No. No, there's.
I love trumpet.
Trumpet's so good.
Trumpet's
be
makes
coming
my
in?
day. I don't even feel like I need a translator.
No.
I feel like I get it.
Yeah, you just understand. If you get it, you get it. The last bit at the end. Bop. Should I make it open mic just so I can hear him?
Yeah.
Wait, audio, open mic.
Ah, I got smashed.
Trumpet
I'm carrying
boy.
this thing. Yay, trumpet.
Oh yes, mate. It's fucking
Making my
brilliant.
fucking day.
Oh dear.
I want to change my gamer tag to like something stupid like
Hear him.
guitar.
Bruh. Just have a like keybinds on your soundboard, where like you can do
Nah,
commands.
he doesn't need a soundboard. He's got it made.
Bro, he just has a voice box. That's all you need.
That's the best squirrel ever.
That's.
Is that the Wilson soundtrack?
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Trumpet power!
I'm gonna open my window real quick. Getting hot. Oh, my light's gonna be. Fuck yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I love it. Top 10 trumpet moments.
Top 10 trumpet moments.
Number 5. Trumpet boy. Yes, I was waiting for that
yes.
one. Yeah.
Dude.
Fuck yeah. Yes, mate. That is fucking brilliant.
This
That's
has been the
great.
best game of my life. Bye bye.
Bye, mate. Have a good one. Oh, fuck yeah. Right. I can tell my
That guy,
phone off
he didn't even break once, which was brilliant.
now. Oh, damn.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
That is what it's. That's what it's all about. God, why are my frames so shit?
Because they're not called trumpet. I kind of want to send him in a phone room. I'm going to go, where is he? Trumpet. Send him a phone room. The phone request. Sent. Oh, he accepted.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think He either accepted or declined. Yeah.
Yay.
Should we invite him?
No, I don't think he wants to play, if I'm honest.
Do I actually think he's from Portugal?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My chair's rocking, so I'm rocking on my chair. My chair's rocking, so I'm rocking on my chair. English level 10. There you go. Now the stream can see my really messy bed.
Woohoo!
Whoa! So they can also see that I'm actually playing controller.
Frown upon him.
Why?
He is not worthy. Oh, I died. Windmill.
Ah, scary. Ah, scary. I'm dead. Look, I got the buttons up here, look. So I got them ones and them ones. And them ones and them ones. It is the Razor Wolverine Tournament Edition. I prefer the Tournament Edition because it's like tournament, and tournaments are usually played on PC, so I think it's optimized for PC, but I didn't look into it, so I might just be really wrong.
Maybe you're still rubbish.
But anyway, fun.
Yeah, boy.
Enemy at the what?
Rug shop.
Rug shop.
This one.
Oh, I'm dead. Enemy UAV up ahead.
No, me.
I'm green, da-ba-doo-da-ba-dee. Oh, I saw him and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll shoot him. But then it was like, no, you are not.
There's a guy at the metal fencing at the side bit. You know what I mean?
No.
You know the high bit from my original spawn.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Fuck me, that was close.
I've really liked what I've done with my graphics. They're working really well for me now.
Yes, thank you for letting me know.
73 frames now. It's all fluid.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've got 43 in the menus, and then 60 in game.
Yeah, boy. Don't know where everyone is. There.
Hello, person.
Oh, there's two of them. Our original spawn.
Yeah.
Come on,
Shit.
boys and girls, we've got this.
Oh, I didn't know there was
What
going to be
happened?
two. I tried to reload.
Oh, I got sniped in the cave. Right.
Nice.
Oh shit. Still there.
Where? I have a sniper.
Yeah, he tried slamming me, but I got C4.
Mm.
Oh shit. I hate the caves. I'm going to try to get out. I keep spawning inside. Oh, that was terrible aiming from me, but it worked. Kingslayer.
I don't want to do that. What? How did that hurt me? I was like so far away from it.
I threw C4 and I sprayed him and I win. Oh, he killed me on the bridge. He was sitting there eating his pancakes. There's quite a few of them.
Oh, in the well, like the tunnel by the well.
Yeah.
Where's two? Last time I checked.
Yeah, they're all around that side because there's a bridge.
Oh, he tried to or what do you call it? The sticky grenade.
Stem?
Yeah, he tried to stem.
Semtex.
Semtex, yeah. He tried to do that to me and then I C4'd him. But it didn't go off because it's a fucking regen. The fuck? Why? What? Who was that? Who, what, when, where, why?
Oh,
he's
behind
there.
me.
Oh, I thought he was coming through the entrance, but he was already in the cave.
There's a guy in our spawn. Going into the cave entrance. Oh, that was sick. Oh yeah, touch me.
I'd rather not, thanks.
Wasn't an option, Jack.
Oh, fuck's sake, not again.
Oh, hello.
Ah! By the way, YouTube, it was a joke. Don't you love C4ing yourself on purpose?
Yes to the first part, no to the second part.
Wait, so you love C4ing yourself but not on purpose?
Ah, that's yeah.
Bro,
I
why?
actually die a
Oh
lot.
my god, this fucking guy, sorry.
I actually die a lot from throwing C4. I shouldn't be throwing C4.
Yeah, same. Why is...
Enemy at the
I need
destroyed
to
building.
change-
That's freaking helpful. They're
the
all
one,
on the far
one
right.
on their spawn, I think.
Okay, they're all coming from the far right.
Graphics.
Carpet entrance. Oh, I threw a C4 and it hit the corner of the building rather than going where I wanted it to go. Jack.
There's a guy there.
I killed him.
Well done, you're better than me.
Could have been worse.
Chilling out, maxim, relaxing, cool. Whoa. My frames went there for a minute.
Your friend's coming on, did you say?
No, my frames went there for a minute.
Framos.
Yeah, I might check
Where's
that.
you?
Yeah, I died. Yay.
GG, yo. I'm gonna need a wee soon, Jack. How about we go for a wee break?
Yeah, I don't need to, but you can. I'll just text all
I
my
need a drink.
friends and be like, come on thing, or I'm gonna kill you.
Get some of your friends to play COD with us.
Yup. On it.
How many friends have How many friends have COD?
One.
Oh, Kieran.
No, other than Kieran.
Kieran's almost like sold it now because he sucks that much at it.
Yeah.
Do you know what gets me about Kieran? Oh no, wait, you're streaming, you're live.
I
Saying,
am.
but what I did want to say is that he was all like, "Yeah, amazing," and then we proved him wrong. Now he doesn't want to play with us, which is a bit sad
Bit sad. Very sad.
because I actually generally liked playing with him.
Yeah. He's a bit salty at times, but yeah, he's good.
Tell him to come on and play. Man up.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Tell
no.
him, Jack. Oi, Kieran.
Profit. P
Ah, back in a sec.
for profit. No. He might be on my public account. I'm pretty sure he is actually. Kieran. I'm pretty sure Kieran's on DSHRP too. Profit. Freddy. Oh, excuse me. I better sort this out. Let's do that. Oh, my legs. Right. Sort my pockets out. Put my headset up. Actually, no. Keep it on. Right. Ow. 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 Legs. Legs hurting. And no, it's not because of my seating position. It is because I went out for a run the other day. But yeah. Where's my coat here? Chuck it up here. Right. Go there. There. That. Oh god. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. Right. Why have I got my fucking tape measure? How tall am I? Let's have a look. How tall am I? Right, you know. From me toe. How tall am I? I'm pretty sure I'm like 5'6". Now, oh. Well, I'm definitely over 60 inches. My body being over 60 inches. And I'm definitely over a metre and a half. That's all I know. That is all I know. Trumpet! Trumpet's in game. Trumpet. Big boy trumpet in the lobby. We'll just wait a minute. The Lock Sunlight's just getting a drink. You know? It's a beautiful day. A beautiful day. Bam, 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 bam. Go in the cupboard. There you go. In the cupboard. Right. Yeah. I've got an idea. I'm gonna have to put you on this screen for a minute. Just 'cause YouTube TOS.
Oh God, there's two of you. You look the same. Who's who? Okay, cool. Who's the other guy? Ah, he joined us. Cool, let's play then.
Okay.
Bobby Powers. He's probably talking and we probably can't even hear him.
Nah, we should be able to. My push to talk's on my mouse though, so.
Yeah, but I've muted the chat.
We'll unmute it.
Yay!
I can't hear him.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Sad trumpet noise. Brilliant.
oh dear.
Alright, let's play.
Let's play. Burp, burp. Okay. What did he say?
He said.
Wow.
Can you hear him now, Jack?
Yeah, yeah.
Good stuff.
Kieran's moaning because his code isn't updated.
I agree.
Yeah, love it. Bruh, did you just say the F word? I think you just said the naughty word.
Eu amo sua trombeta.
Trumpet, where are you from?
It's probably from Alabama
Portugal?
or some shit.
It's from Portugal. Portugal!
Fuck yeah.
I love that screech.
Oh shit! No.
Oh, that was perfect.
Uh-oh. First time you broke in 2 games, well done. Did good. Mate, you should go on fucking international TV or some shit.
Yeah, man.
Just go on and start doing trumpet noises.
X Factor.
Oh, I'm dead. He's fucking good. I can reach for the sky.
I can believe I can fly, you numpty.
Oh.
No, I can reach for the sky. This beautiful man.
Wait. Do Megalavonia. Do Megalavonia.
Best response ever.
Megalavonia is like the. It's from what's it called? Where is it from, Scott?
I don't know. I don't know what you're on about. Don't look at me.
It's from a game. It's well good. It goes a bit like There you go. Yes. Oh my.
Do I'm a bad guy. Do I'm a bad guy.
Fuck yeah. Mate, you are the fucking bollocks.
I'm so glad we're friends.
I don't think you had many enough friends.
I don't have many friends, but now I have a trumpet.
Do you think he actually has a trumpet?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you think? Do you think he was like, what username should I use? And then just looked around his room, saw his trumpet.
He didn't choose the trumpet life. The trumpet chose him.
Oh, 360.
Do you know the national anthem for United Kingdom?
I don't know it fully because obviously I'm not fucking.
No, I get that.
Do you know,
I can't.
do you
I don't know how you keep it
do you know
together.
the Russian one? Nah, sorry, it's my bad.
Can't be doing that.
Alright, there you go.
This guy's dedicated and I love it. Oh, fuck.
I bet your voice freaking hurts. Best ending ever.
Porco demonio, come cazzo ha fatto a mutare questi pezzi di merda? Ah, mi prendi i coglioni.
When there.
I don't know what they said. Ah, okay, I get it now.
Ok, chat, sì.
See.
Qua chat, ok.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. That blank keeps killing me. Blankety blank. Go against the grain.
Why the fuck does he lay down?
Effetto chat vocale, nessun effetto. Chat vocale, volume, sfoglia restrizione microfono aperto.
Ah,
I'm down to ask him.
Obiettivo. Ecco qua.
I'm using the songs, this is boring now. I can't play Modern
Eu
Warfare
amo
and
sua
still work.
trombeta.
What?
I don't know.
Say that again, because I'm in Portugal and that woman's Brazilian, so...
Really?
Yeah,
Eu
that
amo
was
sua
obviously, you know...
trombeta.
Whoa.
Eu amo sua
Oh, I just
trombeta.
realised I've been playing an intermission the whole
Oh,
time.
you love my trumpet? That's
There you go. I'm so
That's
unprofessional.
so nice of you.
I love your trumpet. You don't sound Portuguese.
I know! I've been in England for 7 years, so...
You're from where, sorry?
He lives in England, I think.
I'm from Portugal. I love being in England for 7 years.
Oh, wow, okay. That's cool, man.
That's right.
You sound gangster, bro. You sound like you've been, like, chilling out in London. With the gangsters.
Of course, London affiliates with gangsters.
And then it was likely going to come from Manchester.
I don't know.
Birmingham gangster.
That's gangster blood. Fuck yeah.
I'm waiting until you realise where that's from.
I recognise it, but I don't know what it's from.
I just ran around in circles for about 10 minutes. That was fun.
Oh, we're brother out the kayak round the world.
She'll come round the corner when she comes.
She never comes, Jack.
Shh. That was our secret. Yay!
Well done. A clap, a round of applause for Trumpet.
Well done, all of the above, including the trumpet boy, because trumpet boy equals life.
Have you got a daughter that I can hear in the background that's loving every minute of this?
No.
Oh.
Well then.
How about, yeah. Fair enough. So where are you located right now? Oh, yeah. Is it? Are you in the UK right now or are you in Portugal?
No, I'm in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Bad luck.
Cool.
Say governor.
I mean, I wish.
Say governor.
Say governor. Yes.
Say microphone check. Check. Brilliant.
Fuck yeah. Right. I've got to try
You're a
and
funny guy. You're a real funny guy, Trumpet.
Do you actually have a trumpet?
Do you want one?
I would say I want a trumpet, but I got one now. Did you just say I'm not your trumpet?
I don't know, it sounded like it.
There is no trumpet, it's all my mouth.
No, but like, did you have like one in your room? So you was like, what should I have my username? And then like looked around your room and had a
I
trumpet.
literally, I just felt like that.
Yeah, okay.
It was like 2 AM, I'm fucking banging out this game, and then out of nowhere, I'm like, oh,
Wow.
I remember being able to do trumpet noise. And then, yeah.
As you do.
You should go on Britain's Got
What
Talent.
do you do when you find out it's making
Britain's Got Talent. Britain's got trumpet.
I should, I really should. I can make a lot more than just trumpet noises.
Alright, show off. I can also fart.
Oh, me too. Bro, I think that should be like an international sport.
What,
fucking
farting?
yeah, fucking longest fart.
Oh, the lag is actually picking up so much.
The lag is real.
Ah, death.
Good Wi-Fi then.
There is a little bit of lag in this, isn't there?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I was shooting someone, I'm like, why are you not dying?
Can you hear me through your mic?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
Startle. Fucking gay.
Fucking gay.
fucking gay.
Oh, I've only got a pistol left. Let's pick up a shotgun. Ah, sick. I'm specialist right now.
Hello? Me like it.
No likey, no lighty.
I agree.
It's all up.
That was fucking brilliant, mate. Oh fuck. This guy's legendary.
Jack, why can't you be like as good as this guy?
Because I told you this already, I'm mentally disabled, right? Okay?
That's a good point, I'm not gonna lie.
You could already tell, couldn't you?
Okay, I'm not gonna be that mean, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fine, that's fine. I get it a lot.
It's alright.
It's alright, it's
And I
okay.
think, oh my fucking... I mean, I might dip in poo.
Oh my didgeridoo!
I'm an atheist. Well...
Where is they all? It's gone really
I
quiet.
might- Oh, who's dying?
Microwave's on.
Bro, who plugged in their life support?
Why is my cozy?
Why is your house on fire, bro?
Why is the house turned into crusts?
Why is your house ash?
Wait a minute, how did this happen?
Why does it look like the opposite of snow?
I like the fact that he just keeps on playing.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I like the fact that your house is on fire and he's still playing.
You're like, yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna get down in style.
Serve your sentence or pay the court a fine.
I have crippling depression.
Oh, you too.
Have you died yet?
What, in real life?
With the fire?
Ah.
Yo, that's actually getting on my nerves now.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Why is
Bro, we fucking traded.
fucking game so loud?
Wee, wee, wee.
Bro, just tell it to shush.
Yo, please, shut the fucking mouth.
Just go, Alexa, turn off the fucking alarm.
Alexa, shut your fucking mouth.
Oh shit, they got bird.
You're a
Actually,
bad.
let me see if this works. Bring it on.
Super.
Hey Siri, what's my name?
Bastos. But since we're friends, I get to call you Mega.
Apparently it was my fire alarm going off, guys.
Was it?
Yeah, it's my fire alarm going off.
What the fuck?
Bruh. Bruh, that's
Yeah,
like so 2008.
We're back in a second. I didn't realise it was my fire alarm. Going. I thought it was this guy. Really?
I think Scott's dying. I'll wait till he gets back.
Yeah, fire alarm's going off, guys.
That's nice, what's happened?
My old man was winding me up going, that's worrying, you could have been dead. And I'm like, well, I thought it was someone else.
As you do.
Stop it. I said stop it.
But what if I don't want to stop?
I'm gonna back out for a sec, guys. I'll join in later.
Alright. I'm gonna go on keyboard and mouse real quick. Okay. Oh damn. I swear I recognise that. Where the fuck is that from?
Why you bullying me?
Scott, why?
I actually switched genres, like, without even realising.
I'm a potato.
I went from Frank Sinatra, My Way, to that old French lady.
What?
Frank Sinatra? What? What?
You know, that's real fucked up. I think you should take that to court.
Oh my fucking god, mate.
Yeah, I second that.
Got your 6. I got your 6, mate.
Cheers, lad.
Yeah, mate, I got your 6.
It's one in the big store.
We can.
Oh, can.
I like it. We can. I like it. I like it. Single man.
I'm David. I'm from Sheffield.
Oh, I'm David, I'm from Sheffield, I'm 27 years old, and I'm here to show you that your mum is not the only thing I feel.
Fucking quality, mate.
Can you stop trying to shoot my head off, please? Thank you. Ow! That's in my head!
Not me bollocks either.
Oh, not me bollocks. Dad?
Oh, bollocks, yes.
Oh, no, I'm in your room yesterday. What? I went to the toilet back here. The secretary ignored you. What's your mum just moaning and groaning? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Apparently you might be apparently you might be very nice. If I'm saying, oh, you naughty boy.
I'm scared. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
No, oh, fucking hell, I'm getting raped, man. Where is this?
It's a real life simulator.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I'm trying to entertain, and I'm getting fucked over by the game too.
Lovely jubbly.
This is a recipe for disaster. What the bloody fuck? Now this is the story all about how I got flipped and upside down and
And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there and tell you how we gave the Prince of a town called Bella.
Oh my god, your mom. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, don't you just hate it? Like, you go get a keyboard out of fucking, like, one of the festivals, and then it comes out, like, 3 times in a row used. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I didn't even hear you, so, sure.
Exactly, see, that's the point, that's my point, exactly. Fighting for it. shit. But I'll turn my volume down way too much now, to the point that I can't even hear anything.
Bruh.
Oh, why is it always me? I've done twice with the same fucking thing. Ow.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
And Gemma just got fucking equal to the head. That was nice. Treats your scalp from HIV.
Don't you just love the fresh air? I know that one.
What is it?
It's the guy who got AIDS and died. That's how I wrote.
What the fuck?
How about you get off your PC and get on a proper console?
I don't need. I don't need a console because I got a PC.
God speak. Can't think of what his words.
What?
We've got 2 on our team.
I just prefer PC because it's modular.
Well, I'd say console's better than PC.
How? Yeah, I get that. Like it might have. What? Wait, I don't even know how. How's it better than PC? Because I think they're all equal.
What you do?
See, on a PC you can.
Don't get as many campers.
Huh?
Mate, you shut him up. We're all here to have a little fun, so...
Yeah.
I fucking have it. Okay, cause... Getting shit.
Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time though.
Alright, you can do guess a song. Alright, I'll think of a song. And then by the end of me singing it, you have to know what I'll sing it. How's that?
Sure, pal.
But I won't do the full song because that's way too long. And I'm not gay.
Sure.
Alright. Right, just let me think of a song and I'll spit one at you.
Oh dear, now I'm all fucking soggy.
It's hot baby. Right, let's see.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
I agree.
I don't remember asking.
Look, a guy's fucking run past him,
I
right?
just didn't ask.
Huh?
Guy's run right
I didn't ask.
Look how the guy stays there.
I didn't even see.
Yeah?
Alright, if
No.
you could just shout at your mum, then like turn off your mic. I'm all for shouting at your mum, but just quiet.
Okay, there you are. Please. Camping outside.
No, mum, I don't want you to suck me off again.
Not again.
Maybe next week.
Shut up, you shit
Next
cunt.
Saturday, how's that sound, mummy? I've been getting this again. Suck my dick appointment.
But thanks.
I imagine if you get a phone call, it's like, sorry, is this, my fault is with
Yeah, look at you.
Shut
One in the cafe.
Alright, you don't need to scream in our fucking ears, but thanks.
Mate, it, what the fuck wrong with you? I know already, no need to fucking tell me.
Wow, look at your camping, man. Fucking dirty bitch.
Just don't go for the same person then.
Oh my god. One near to helicopter.
Yeah, I've killed him.
I'm gonna get you, you little prick. And it would fucking deserve you right from camping.
Here's your UAV for the boys.
Cheers, love. Oh shit, one on top of multi-story.
Hey, star building. Yeah.
There's like three of them up top in the fucking... I don't even know what the fuck that is.
If it's multi-story, if it's got like 3 levels, then it's the restaurant.
No,
Where's
no,
the
it's
building?
not, it's not in there. It's, well, yeah, they're all dead, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There's one in like the tree area.
There's one in blue up the stairs, two in blue stairs. I think they're both dead. Yeah. Right, I'm getting back on my tongue.
Got him.
Who's gone off top at roof?
Oh, you little bitch. One near to helicopter.
Acting it up again. Not very nice to talk about your mother like that, but... I am that shot.
Wow, you actually use an LMG? You shit fuck.
Validopinion.com.
Let's get this 10 kill streak, Ricky. I will get out my chopper gun now. Wow. Yes, that was easy. Good game.
It's
Have it. GG boys.
Oh, it's fucking broken.
I'm not gonna lie, I stole that tree, that kill by the trees. Got him with me sniper.
Aspect.
Yeah?
Now you see
But
why
it's
we say
Ha!
console better than PC.
Yeah. To be honest, I usually play on controller anyway, so that's fine.
I don't understand why you said that though.
Yeah. It's just some people. I'm fine with it though. I mean, you have whatever opinion you want.
True, yeah. But it's like fucking Xbox people basically saying that PS4 shit. And it's like me saying Xbox is shit. It's just not. They're both good consoles.
Yeah.
But then again, I'd rather have a PC.
Yeah. See, I mean, my
Shut
PC.
the fuck up.
Okay, you too. Yeah. See, my PC isn't even that good, but like, I still prefer it because I can swap out my graphics card and get a new SSD or whatever.
Nobody asked you. Na, 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 na.
Good job.
Nobody wants to hear about your PC. Nobody asked you about your PC. Fuck you and your PC.
Fuck you,
na, na,
being
na.
annoying because you're a kid.
You're being annoying because you are fucking talking about PCs.
Oh, am
And
I?
nobody asked you. Noob.
Yeah, just play.
Get the
Like,
fucking Discord, you fucking noob.
what's wrong with a PC?
I'm sorry. I was rude. I'm sorry. Fucking hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My mum told me to say it. Just calm your fucking tits, love.
How much? Non, je regrette rien. Oh, you're a mother gun. That was rude, I'm sorry. You didn't use the voice.
E vai, oh trompetta, vai, no put, por aí, put.
Também te amo, só para dizer. Também te amo.
Por aí, put, por aí.
Ah, pronto.
Eu não gosto
Fica
muito de ir, adoro. Mas adoro mesmo, tipo, olha, eu mando cada por trás, é tão lindo, tão lindo.
Mal que hoje, caralho, por causa da puta do jogo, mas tens razão.
I
Exato.
understand what you guys are saying.
Really?
Yeah, we are talking Portuguese, man.
Oh, sick. Teach me.
Do you like Portuguese?
Huh?
Do you like Portuguese?
I like it, but I can't speak it.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't think there's not. It's not like I'm gonna think that there's something wrong with Portuguese or something. Because there isn't.
You can't even
I can't even
spell the
speak
name,
my
man.
own language. Yeah.
I am playing with my head laser now, man. Now you what? Fuck! Oh my god.
Right, well, I need 3 more kills and then I've got a gunship.
Nice.
So I'm kind of shitting it right now. Not gonna lie. Fuck your mum!
And the guy is running from me, what the fuck?
Okay, so I got details, so.
No! From behind again, man! Fuck
Hey,
shit!
it was not on the two, so. There's nothing you don't do.
What?
Ou não, né? There's nothing you do. Estou sempre por trás.
Os gajos não morrem, puto! Foda-se! Esta arma também é muito bonita, que manda uma tag vermelha e caralho, mas recola com arma também.
Vai. Mama Bobby!
Nice.
Yeah, I've nearly got another, but,
UAV
Yeah.
coming in.
I'm just so scared, man. I need one more kill, but I'm so scared of just dying.
Why I can't kill nobody? What the fuck? Are they camping?
Most of them are back at their spawn.
Okay, I've got another, visa.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was last kill. Nice. I wasn't last kill, I got the last kill. Thank you.
Oh
English
my
is fun.
god!
Ah, bem, já dou. Chama aí.
Ah, trumpet boy. Hey. Hey.
Oh, that was one too many minutes.
Yay.
Those guys are Portuguese, I might have to. I don't know their names, I forgot.
Huh?
Oh, well, I found one of them. Like the Portuguese guys. I found one of them, I don't know what the other one is. I think, wasn't it the Epic II? Or Yee?
Yee.
Yee. I don't know. Well, either way.
Tis bitch empty. Yeet.
That's the something. Yeah? What a photo.
This
The
might have to
booking
be
guys
my last
invited me
game.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Just for a bit. Because I feel like I'm playing shit because I need to chill.
Honestly, you sound so much like one of my mates. Right, I've got a mate on PS4. You sound exactly like him.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I don't like my neighbor's car. You get the wing, I get the wing for a car. You get the wing for a car. But I have 125 horsepower. He only has 124. Yes, very nice.
Very nice. I like a
Okay.
lot.
Very nice. Like.
There you go. Sent you some requests. The other guy.
Yes, nice.
The other guy we were playing with earlier is in that regiment as well.
And now, the end is dead.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie, I might just sniper the whole round today. Or this
I
round.
would, but then again, you know that they aren't, so.
Yeah. MP5 and sniper, there you go.
That's what I would do, but.
There's one camping underneath the ladder.
What ladder?
The ladder that
The
goes
very
straight up.
bottom?
Yeah, I think he's dead now though.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm up over it. Oh my god. I know, some guy just
Oh my
saved my
god.
life. Oh my god. I can't play this game man, because there's so many people like so close together that I just end up lagging so much.
Quick scoped.
Oh, hello. As we walking past the guy. Oh, get behind my position.
And now I'm dead. Oh! He came
There's
out
no
of
one
nowhere.
near the back of the pipes. There's one guy. One guy coming. No, guys.
And I'm dead. One oak pipes.
Oh shit. I spawned right in front of him.
Ting tang, what a bing bang.
I'm just not a bastard. Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh my god. Oh, I'm actually the worst fucking guy. I just can't with a sniper. I just can't. Oh my god, I fell. Fuck. I'm actually so bad. I'm actually so bad. Fuck your number. I'm fucking shooting you, prick.
Those tables.
Yeah, okay, let's bring back you. Where is this guy? This guy's all the way at the top, isn't he?
I think so.
I'll try and get him, but I'll find him. I got him. I got both of them.
Fuck yeah.
I'm done. Ow. One guy managed to get up somehow. I don't know how I died, but I actually got shot.
I think I got last kill. Yeah, I did.
Well done.
Right in the hip.
Nice, my man's right here walking.
Bro, he's like having to sit on a hoverboard now just to fucking get around.
Second. Madness.
Alright, I think I'll be off.
That's alright.
Have a few more good games if you want, and if you're not, then I'll probably see you later.
Bye bye.
Bye. Brilliant. Right. I think I'll stay on the stream. Yes, I do use Microsoft Edge only because my Chrome and whatever other things I use isn't working very well. What should I watch? Nice. Birthday edition. Wow. Yes, I watch Resource. I could watch that. Pizza. Power adapters. Should I? Or should I? Or should I? Yes.
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Except.
No thanks.
Roomba, 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 Roomba.
Bro, I like
What
your shirt.
is the difference between a pile of dead babies and a pile of Roombas? I don't have a pile of dead babies. You guys remember dead baby jokes? I don't think they were ever funny. It was just who could be the most disgusting. I've got a whole bunch of Zumbas left over from our robot vacuum
Never
cleaner
remember those.
competition. And I have to figure out what to do with it.
I wanna
In
watch that
today's
now.
episode, we're going to try and find a new purpose for some of our robot vacuum cleaners.
William, why don't you clean your house with them?
Half of them don't work. I don't know why. I clean them with water. That's how you're supposed to clean things. I cannot imagine why. If you have any suggestions as to how to fix them, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. The big problem right now is some of the Roombas have started fornicating. What? And I don't have enough space in the house for even more Roombas. My guess is you guys have some really good ideas. So let's head on down to Twitter and look at a thread that I posted back in December. I've got a bunch of Roombas now. Give me ideas, please. There's a whole lot of replies to this tweet, so I think let's just go ahead and look at some of the verified replies, because someone whose Twitter account has been verified is usually much more well-informed, smarter, better looking, and you should value their opinions. The first idea is from Jacksepticeye, a drone that sits on Roombas. Thank you, Jack. A throne that sits on Roombas. Ta-da! I hope you're right, Jack. I hope this is a good idea. It was a bad idea. It's a little bit just of an anomaly. Maybe another verified account will have a good idea. A Roomba that will catch on fire if you fail to clean it.
I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, this was kind of supposed to be a joke.
I don't know, maybe the verified mark means literally nothing. Put them on a drone and see if they can eat a cloud. You may know Eric from Internet Comment Etiquette or Salvia Eric on the internet when it was first created back in 2007. Ta-da!
Why
Hey,
isn't it
Eric, I
working?
couldn't
It should
get
be
to
working.
work.
Like they won't eat the cloud.
No, I can't. The Roomba's too heavy.
Is there any way to make the Roombas lighter? Anything in there that makes it move around, you don't need anymore because it's on a drone.
I could try that. That's a good idea. Take two. Go, 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 go. Well, good news, Eric, is we ate all the clouds. There's not a single cloud left in the sky. I made a pie chart. Check it out. 100% of the ideas are bad ideas. It's a pretty small sample size, so for reliable results, we should attempt a couple more ideas. And if we can't find something that works, we're going to try one of my ideas. I've made a song for this portion of the video, but I want to make it clear that I'm not going to have this high of a production value every single time I post a video. Your ideas are really bad, but in the name of science, we're going to try some more. Sneak them into your neighbor's house? That's a bad idea. Roomba shoots? Bad idea. Roomba skates? Bad idea. Roomba stack? Bad idea. Off-road cleaning? Bad idea. $10 at dollar store supplies to make a Roomba survive a fall off a two-story house? I kind of like that idea. Start farming and breeding them? Bad idea. Roomba frisbee? Bad idea. And that is the end of the bad ideas. And now we have a complete and robust data set for our analysis. I have good news and I have bad news. Which news do you want first?
All of them.
Which news do you want first?
All of them! Tell me all of them!
We're doing this Dora the Explorer style. Which news do you want first? The good news. The good news is I didn't have to make a second pie chart because all the ideas are still bad. But they're not bad enough to be good. That's what I'm saying. I want them to be redeemingly bad. Like they're so bad that they're good. But all you guys can do is make them so bad that they're bad. You know what I'm saying? Is that too much to ask? Like it's got to be a bad idea so that it's a good idea. Like a bicycle, but the wheels are Roombas. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a bike and the wheels are Roombas. Roombas are round. Wheels are round. You just take the wheels away and you put the Roombas in. Like that's a good idea because it's a bad idea. Does this make any sense? I found a bike at the park the other day for free. A free bike. That's great news. Hey, look, a bike. What kind of idiot just leaves a free bike in a park? The previous owner of this bike stuck too big of a rim on it. So when I was inflating it, it exploded and scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I think that's gonna look great. Don't need this anymore.
I think that's illegal.
We're at a parking lot for the first test. This is just the front wheel. We've got our Pro Scenic V-Slam 811 gigabytes. You might be wondering, William, how did you attach the Roomba to the bike? Well, it's very simple. I drilled a hole in it and then stuck a bolt through it.
That actually works so well. What the fuck?
It's working! Ah! This sucker's broken. I think we need to make some revisions. Let's
says wear a helmet. Right here. I just read it. Now I'm like scared to ride it. All right, now I'm fine.
You feel better?
Yeah, I'm better. I feel like this only ends good if I break something.
What are you scared of?
Breaking something. The only way this ends if I break something. That's all. I have to fall for this to end.
No,
I can't just ride it.
This isn't the end of the video. I'm gonna replace the back wheel with a Roomba too.
I know, but where does it end? Where does what we're doing right now end with me?
In editing, I'll figure it out.
You're gonna figure it out.
It ends right here, Alex. Front wheel works, dust collector pops off. We just gotta put a little bit of tape, I think, to keep the dust collector on. And we put the back wheel on right now. Front wheel was easy. This back wheel is going to be significantly more tricky because it has a sprocket on it. Perfect, 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 perfect. We don't need this garbage anymore. We need this absolute treasure. Yes, yes. How much effort am I actually gonna put into an idea like this? A lot? No, it's gonna break anyway.
You need a nut in between them.
Saying this is a good idea.
Actually, no, I don't think you do, because otherwise it won't.
One set of screws will hold it down. The other set of tops will push it
Has to be elevated though.
Engineering school. Do you guys know that? Bolt, get in there. We're in a little bit of a pickle. The sprocket I picked for the back is too big. It means the chain is not long enough to fit. So you can see
get a new chain.
cutting the bottom of the chain off. Go to a bike shop to get the chain extended by a couple links. Hello. I need to get the chain extended a couple links. So how are you going to get traction? I'm not trying to make a better bike. Let's get a good crank on the pedal. That was so good. Every time it has to kick the wheels down. My favorite part, and what I'm the most proud of, is, no, come over here, come in. The sprocket is held on with nothing but wood screws. There's wood screws on the bottom to space it off, and then wood screws on the top to hold it down. Oh, it works. It's working. Oh no, the bumper just exploded. I think that's fine. We'll just take that. We'll throw it in the trash. Oh! Off-road test right now.
The sound of it.
It's working.
Oh, day.
I can't believe how well this works. I'm starting to feel a lot of a bump every time I go around. You want to try?
Oh, this is not cushion for a female. Don't you think you're just gonna fall over and crush it?
Do it, send it, do it, send it.
You see? I broke it. It feels so uneven.
You want me a new bike?
Fix it.
I'm also noticing the hole for the axle's getting mighty big.
That doesn't work on me.
Why not?
Don't tell me what to do.
The whole lid is off.
The lid. Why? That is sick editing.
Take it off and jump. Go!
Go, go, go. No, fuck.
Stop talking. I just want to get one good jump in. Looks like it's time to update our pie chart. 100% of the ideas are bad ideas. I don't think we've learned anything today. This video was brought to you by Raycon and their E25 wireless Bluetooth.
I think that's the end of the video, innit? Oh, hello, me. Hello. Video chat. Face fellas, rainbow seats. I want to do a custom keyboard one day. PC stuff. If you don't like PC stuff, then get the fuck out. Not out the window though, go through the door, preferably. I'd rather not clean up shit. That is a small case.
So over the years, we have seen quite the dynamic shift in design concepts that case manufacturers seem to emphasize, I guess. We've seen the smallifying and the bigifying and then the re-smallifying and the middleifying and now back to smallifying once again. And I think the reason for that is as hardware has gotten stronger and more powerful and more has started to taper off.
Yeah, middle one.
What we've started to be able to do is to take the amount of technology and the speed and the power and just shrink it. And with that, we've been seeing quite the shrinkage, if you will, in cold weather of computer cases. We've done more small form factor builds, I think, in the last year and a half on this channel than I've ever done or ever seen. So what we're looking at right here is actually a brand new chassis that is quite the departure from the typical form factor you would see from something like NZXT, where the H210 was the smallest that they kind of offered. And then they took it and just sort of of it, I guess, to where now we've got a 13.6 liter trash can. Now, the reason why I'm calling it trash can is because it seems like what used to be the case back in the day was they would take a chassis and make it small. But now they're realizing, you know what? Vertical height, just like downtown architecture, is like, hey, the footprint on the table does not mean we can't utilize vertical space. So you're seeing a lot more of these tower-type builds. So the H1 definitely subscribes to that design philosophy. So it's kind of interesting because it's completely toolless. And what I mean by that is you've got the glass panel in the front, you've got this panel in the back.
Oh, you just
and you can see that just pops off. So that's fully perforated airflow. There's no filter on there.
Oh.
We'll talk more about this in a second.
You might be able to buy
pull
an
the front
external
panel off, which is tempered glass.
Aftermarket one.
And this probably easier to pull off on the bottom right here, as you can see. And I've got the peel plastic on there still, so we'll do the peel together. A lot of people don't get the importance of the peel, but we do.
The peel is so good. See, look, if you have a controller like this, wait, if I bring it over here because of the light. If you have a controller like this, for the fans in the front of your PC, most of the time, they come with a peel and you can see it by looking around the buttons, which obviously mine isn't on. But if you do that slowly, it's the most satisfying thing ever, and it's pretty much the same with all the cases.
Great sounding one, dude.
So as you can see, we've got both side panels off. Now once you take the side panels off, you'll see there's these two holes right here, and I know it's a black case, it's difficult to see in there. There's two holes right there that these little tabs on the side panels, both on the glass and the mesh panel, what lock the main part in. So now that you've got the two side panels off, you can lift this guy up, and when you do that, you then get access to all four sides of the chassis. Now you might notice, we just unboxed a case, but we've got an SFXL 650 watt power supply that's already pre-installed with the relocation bracket for the power connector relocated to the bottom of the case, as you can see right here. And we also have a 140 millimeter AIO in here, which is perfect because, oh, that's pretty clever. The actual box for the accessories is kind of shaped like a GPU, and it's right in here where the GPU would go. So that's kind of neat. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a sec. So it's got a pre-installed AIO because the reason for that is the tubing run in this is going to be pretty bespoke. I'm using the word bespoke because Phil used it earlier, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes that's a fancy word for custom. So included with that AIO though, it's obviously going to work with your mini ITX motherboards. And the cool thing about that is you have mini ITX options now that exist for both Ryzen AMD-based systems and Intel, which is kind of nice because we all know that Ryzen is definitely leading right now in terms of core performance, or the number of cores in a mainstream CPU. And when you have a small form factor like this, any advantage that you can get to cooling is obviously going to be important because even a 140 millimeter AIO like this is going to do a better job than any air cooler that you could possibly fit in this particular form factor. Now the graphics card is installed on the back side of the motherboard, which is the the compartmentalization. Did I say that right? Compartmentalization. So the chamber design. So the chamber design like this is going to do a good job at separating the heat that's going to be generated by the GPU and the CPU. So as you can see, you have a riser card here though that's also for connecting your graphics card. So your graphics card mounts over here. It's got this really beefy, robust mounted down riser card. And then this is the one that folds over here and connects to your graphics card. And what I think is kind of funny is they actually have like this foam piece in here that sort of represents your motherboard and where that's going to go. Now to access your motherboard, You obviously have to get that AIO out of the way, so I'm using my
Your what?
You see the AI. Now to access your motherboard, you obviously have to get that AIO out of the way, so I'm using my
Oh, I fix it.
So as you can see, the AIO is putting these 4 screws to this piece, but it even has a little label right here. Oh, jeez. They got like a strongman to put these screws in from the factory. Screws. And then this just folds out of the way. These are not captive screws, so keep them. See, that just folds out of the way, a little door. A little foam piece for transit. Here is our AIO right here. It's got pre-applied thermal paste. This is not the same exact setup though as if you were to buy this separately. Because like I said, as you can see, these are very specific runs for this particular chassis. If you look at the top of the radiator right here, it's actually quite different in the way this all mounts, the way the tubes come out. It's very specific to this setup. Then, when you're ready to install your graphics card or your CPU and your motherboard, you move the foam out of the way, you mount it down to these 4 right here, and then your setup is pretty much ready to go. So what will happen is, once you close this guy back down and you install the proper installation mounting hardware, which I'm going to just on a hunch assume is in this box. So you got your different mounting solutions here. So AMD and Intel is already pre-installed. You got your power cable. That's pretty much all that's in here. Oh, you also have what appears to be an audio splitter for a single 3.5mm jack like you'd find on a headphone or a phone to a breakout cable right here. So you can install both your analog mic and headset or headphones that way. Once you close this and your motherboard is in there, then all of the connections are in the bottom. And what's nice about that, once this is closed, if we rotate this right here, you can see the power plug is relocated down to the bottom, and all your input-output is also right here for your graphics card, as well as your motherboard, so everything will be coming out the back at the bottom, not like having cables straight down and looking kind of ugly. So as you can see too, you have these Velcro straps that are tying down the power cables coming out of the SFXL power supply, but the 24 pin is already in the general place that it would need to be. Same thing with your CPU pins or your CPU power headers right here. For connectivity, we've also got the pretty standard usual suspects. You've got your HD audio, which I don't know who really uses these that much anymore, but there it is. You've got your USB or your front panel connector, which I'm so happy that they pretty much standardized this now. So instead of trying to plug in all the individual plugs, which can be very annoying, they're pretty much all in the same layout. USB 3.0, and then we have our USB 3.0. Because this is a 6...
You said it wrong.
650 watt SFX gold rated power supply, you would be able to run all the way up to a 2080 Ti off of this. And if we take a look at the power connectors here, we've got 2 8-pin PCIe power with 2 more off of pigtails. So if your card uses a triple slot cooler where it's got 3 of these plates, if you will, that's not going to fit because this only has room for 2. Now this is a 2.5, they call it, because it only uses about half the additional height above that bracket. But I'm really curious as to how big of a graphics card we can fit in here. We still have some available height right here. I can get, you know, I can get 4 fingers in there. Yeah, there's plenty of room there. There's a few millimeters of gap. So I'm fairly certain the fans will turn without obstruction. So as you can see, we did fit a strict style cooler in there, which is much bigger than any reference card. And then with the power plugs being right here, it still clears this PCB with plenty of room to plug them in. And as you can see, they do give you some slack here, so you do have room to be able to plug that in. They also give you a SATA cable right here, because one other thing that we have not talked about yet is hard drive space on this. Now in terms of storage, you have room for 2 2.5-inch drives right here. Now it says lift here to release. And then this guy just goes doop, just like that.
Wow.
So it is toolless. It's not hot swappable, so that means you still have to run a SATA cable and you still have to run SATA power to this. You can see that you have 2 pigtail stated power is right here, so you can plug your drives in using this. If you're not using all NVMe, the only thing I would be mindful of if you're doing that on this particular chassis is the one on the back is going to be right up against the graphics card. It's pretty close. So heat saturation could be an issue there, something we'll have to test in the future. NVMe can be particularly picky when it comes to temperatures for maximum performance. So I was putting this all back together right now to show you guys a fully built one. I just found an easier way to actually get a bigger card like this in there. So if you take it and just sort of lay it flat like this, kind of line the card in like that at an angle, you can actually slide it back this way quite a bit to where now you can see I'm clearing that bracket for mounting it down. So then if I just take it at that point, get it lined up, then it's easy to just slide it over once you get the tabs and everything lined up. So I just wanted to point that out because I mentioned a second ago how am I going to get this out? Or once it's in there, how are you going to get it out? But it's actually not that big of a deal. So even with a big card like a Strix. So as you can see, the main front and rear panel, well, I guess these are side panels as Phil pointed out to me. It's a single piece like this, but it's also got magnetic filters in there, which make it very easy to take it apart and clean. So there's no excuse for dusty computers with this guy. So this is the NZXT H1 Mini PC. It's actually a pre-built using that chassis with their BLD or their build service. So the specs on this particular guy is an Intel Core i9-9900K with the NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super Founders Edition. It's got an Asus ROG Strix Z390i, so that's a Wi-Fi model. It's got the Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z 16GB 3200 MHz memory, an Intel 660p 1TB NVMe SSD, 650 watt SFX L80 Plus Gold power supply, and then, of course, the same 140mm AIO that we discussed that comes pre-installed in the case. So this is using the same power supply and the same cooler, but all the other parts obviously are already fully installed on this. Now we're going to do an acoustic as well as a temperature test on this, but what I want to kind of show right now is what it looks like in terms of all the components being in there, cable managed, and not just trying to use your imagination as I'm flopping the case all around the table. You guys can see actually how well thought out this is in terms of service. So you can see now in roughly 10 seconds or so, I've now fully accessed the inside of this chassis. And if I want to take that a step farther, I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the AIO and flip that down because I'm kind of curious as to with things sort of managed and such, how difficult this is to get in there and let's say swap out RAM or something like that. All right, so you can see now I could access my RAM if I needed to. I got both tabs right here. I can pop the RAM out. I've got access to some RGB headers if I wanted to add more RGB. There's the graphics card. So you can see how much less space it's taking up being a Founders Edition card, being a standard size. So the Strix in comparison, as you saw, definitely fills this void. But as you can see, a standard size graphics card is no problem whatsoever to fit in there. So this being an RTX 2070 Super card, clearly the 650 watt SFX-L power supply is more than enough power for this GPU. In fact, it's enough power for all the way up to a Titan if we wanted to run it. Maybe that's one thing we test in the future is we throw a Titan in here because I fixed one the wrong way. That triggered a lot of you, but that's okay. It works regardless to see whether or not the thermals are able to handle this. So what's going to be happening here?
Give me a minute.
After this video, I'll probably go stream, do something else. I'm sure it will.
The air is actually being drawn in through the cooler. So this is going to be creating a little bit of a positive pressure situation into the chassis. And right above that, we also have the power supply pulling air in. Now this is going to be exhausting that air into the chassis as well. Now power supplies these days, unless you start running them at the ragged edge, do not really warm up, even in a gaming load. They don't tend to warm up due to the gold, the 80 plus gold, the quality of the components. The better efficiency means better heat management as well when it comes to the power supply. So So you've got air coming in through the cooler, you've got
My
air coming
fan
through the
for
power
my
supply.
power supply only
The
turns
graphics
on
card, as you
when
can
it's
see, is
past
also pulling air
50%
in
usage.
through this mesh panel. So you've got the air sort of coming like that. There's nothing actually assisting the exhaust of air in this system. So one of the things I'm going to be checking right now while we fire this up and then run a little bit of thermal testing is how simply positive pressure on one end, with the amount of heat that a graphics card, even a 2070 Super, can introduce into this chassis, handles the, which I guess a little bit of convection and positive pressure is going to allow the heat to expel, because as you can see, the top is a solid panel. So there are no perforations, there's no holes, there's no vents at the top, which is the way that heat's going to naturally want to go. So as I was saying earlier when we did the case portion of this, you can see everything comes out the bottom of the chassis and then just goes right out the back. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a torture test here. I'm going to go ahead and tweak some settings here that I'm fairly certain this cooler in this chassis is going to be able to handle. I just want to sort of demonstrate that. So I'm going to be enabling the remove all limits in the ASUS multi-core enhancement. That means give us more power limit, more turbo boost. We also enabled the XMP profile, which is going to speed up the memory, which is going to put a little more stress on the memory controller, all those things. Because AIOs, like I've already said before, are pretty much going to be better than any air cooler that could possibly handle this. And because we have the fan blowing directly on the motherboard itself as well, even though it's going to be pulling in some warm air from the AIO, warm airflow over something is better than no airflow and just complete heat stagnation and absorption. The other thing I'm also going to be doing is going into the power settings and setting it to high performance mode, which is going to probably lock our clock at 5 gigahertz, and there it goes right there. So we are going to be using Cinebench R20 because we can set that to loop as a 10-minute test. 10 minutes is more than enough time to saturate a 140 millimeter AIO to reach its equilibrium and show us where our max temperatures are. And we are going to see now what the behavior is the second we start the test. 4.8, so that's normal because we do have the 200 megahertz AVX offset enabled. And you can see our temperature spiked to 77 and our entire range of the 70s in terms of temperature. So the question is, what's the temperature going to be at the end of the 10-minute test? With an ambient temperature of 68 degrees or 20 Celsius, I think it's going to be good. I mean, the question is, we know it's pulling cold air into the radiator because it's getting air from outside. Can it expel it? That's what's going to determine how well this test goes. All right, so the test just ended. We actually didn't get the camera started while it was still running, but we were sitting in the mid-80s. Now, if we look at spikes, we got a max temperature of 90 C on the package. And it looks like our hottest core was 85, 81, 80, 85, 81, 85, 83, 82, 79. So what does that mean? By going in there and increasing the power limit, allowing it to sit at all core 5 gigahertz, which is above its spec out of the box technically, and without touching the fan curve. That's important too. We left it on standard. We didn't go in and do turbo or max fan speed or any of that, which means that we sat about 15 C underneath TJ Maxx on the package. 105 is where it would start to thermal throttle and pull down clock speed, and as much as 20 to 30 C, about 25 C, between 20 to 25 C on core temperature before throttling. So what we did was we took this small chassis, this 13.6 liters, with its single 140 millimeter AIO, with a basic fan, even though it's a good fan, it's not like a super high static pressure, $30 super expensive fan, had no problem dealing with the static pressure of having to push the air out sideways, because remember, it makes a 90-degree turn. It did it very quiet too. We rarely even heard the fan. And the cool thing about it is the hot air that's being exhausted, it's going out the back. It's pushing away from you. So we never felt it. And I put my hand back here while it was running, and there was definitely radiating heat. There was like a bubble of heat right here, which means it was clearly working. So there's one other test we have to do, and that is the truly hot component in a graphics or in a system, and that's the graphics card. Because we didn't install the stupid MSVCP100.d. So for the GPU test, the fan is connected to the motherboard, which is being controlled by CPU temperature. We know that CPU temperature does not go under a heavy load during games unless it's a very CPU-intensive game designed to run off all that multi-threading. But GPUs, on the other hand, if you're not bottlenecking your CPU creating load, then the fan's not going to ramp up. So I'm curious now what's going to happen with our RTX 2070. And yes, I'm using Heaven, which is a DX11 title, not an RTX title, because by going in there and making tessellation on maximum or extreme, and then putting 8x MSAA running at 4K, this is putting a lot of load on this particular graphics card. I promise you that. So I didn't put it in windowed mode because I'm dumb. We're currently sitting at 60C, so that means the stock fan curve and everything is going to be utilized here without us touching any of it. The idea is you got this system, it's a pre-built, you're not a real power user, you're not going to go in there and start tweaking things, you just turn it on and you start playing your games. This is the behavior that you can expect. I am more than impressed with the cooling capabilities of this. It maxed out at 77C. That's where we've been sitting forever right now. That's not bad at all. At a 2070 RTX that's being pushed to run 4K right now, which some parts of this test it drops all the way down to like 20 FPS, so it's still stressful. So there you have it. That's the NZXT H1 chassis review like we just looked at, and this is what it is in their BLV or their pre-built H1 mini PC. So you guys can find links to this down below. If you're looking at getting the chassis and building out your own system, or you just want to get a pre-built, I think the pricing on this is actually fairly competitive. So I'll put the link to where you guys can check it out down in the description below. I don't necessarily want to quote price because price does adjust and change, and so I don't want to date the video with an incorrect price. But if you guys want to learn more, click the links down below. I'm telling you, like I started off this video, small form factor is definitely making a comeback because the technology has gotten smaller in terms of CPU and GPU performance, or it's gotten smaller as a package, and the performance has continued to expand and grow. So now you can have small PCs like this that take up very little desk space. I mean, imagine this is your desk right here, right? You put that right next to your Michael monitor. Here. Look at that. Phil, as someone that had a small desk at home and has a vertical tower, I would say that you agree with the fact that building your system upright like this is always a smart move if you have limited space.
Yeah, boy! I completely forgot we were on Discord still.
I heard you masturbate.
Well, you didn't because I'm still streaming.
I heard you streaming and masturbate.
There you go. Huge thank you
Right, what's up?
NZXT.
I just watched your YouTube.
What, you're streaming YouTube?
Yes, I'm reacting to NZX's new smallest PC.
Oh.
It's well good. It's cool.
Thank you for sponsoring today's video.
Where did
and
Trumpet
sending
go?
these products over for us to take a look at. Unfortunately, I
he
gotta
died.
send this one back, and I'm kind of sad because I'm
Nah,
super getting
I just said to.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, sound off in the comments below what you guys think about this form factor. Do you like the vertical, or do you like the more traditional rectangular design that's deeper?
Anyway. None said it's fun for me to go in your car.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the ting.
I'm going to kill some people. Have you played The Infected on the card?
On the what?
On Call of Duty, have you played Infected?
Nah.
You might like it.
It's not my favourite.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
always playing no pixel.
If you're coming on COD later, mate, just let me know, but otherwise I'll leave you to it.
Okie doke.
Cool.
I completely forgot we were on Discord. Anyway, yeah. Bye stream. Have a good one. I'm gonna watch some other streamer now. I don't want to watch her. Fortnite. No. Oh wait, is there a tournament going on? No, I think that's just. Oh wait, no, it's esport. There's a CS tournament on. Anyway, hello, CS go. League. Oh. They have this many viewers when they're literally not streaming anything. Fuck.
Mais ouais, ils sont au bateau, ils sont au yacht. Maintenant, il va falloir toujours faire attention quand tu veux sortir.
Fun. Right. Bye stream. Have a good day. Don't die. Dying is bad.